Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here. And I don't even know what day of training camp it is at this point. We've had so many practices, so I don't even know what day it is. I mean, I'll figure out the day after I'm editing this video and I'll put in the title. But right now, I really don't know what day it is. But I'm gonna be recapping today's practice of training camp. It wasn't a super eventful practice, but I'm always here every single day. If we have a training camp practice, I'll do my best to break it down. I'll start with obviously recapping some things that Dan Quinn said in his press conference, and then going on to some things that happened during practice. So if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4K subs, so if you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so starting with Dan Quinn's presser, only going to really talk about two things he said in his press conference today, starting with injury updates he gave for both Johnny Newton and Brandon Coleman. First off, Johnny Newton, he said that he's dealing with a soft tissue injury, not related to his surgery. They're going to try to ramp him up toward the end of the week. Quinn said he's hit all his markers and the team just wants to be smart with bringing him back. So it's good that he's been hitting all of his markers. Getting Johnny Newton back as soon as possible would be really good. Having him, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen as your defensive tackle trio would just be unbelievable, really good. Obviously at first, I didn't really love the Johnny Newton pick at first, but I did, warm up to it, because of how amazing of a defensive tackle prospect he was, regarded as the best defensive tackle by some draft analysts. So I really like Johnny Newton, and hopefully he can get back soon. And then Brandon Coleman, he participated in all individual drills today, but did not participate in team drills. Dan Quinn said that they'll hope to ramp him up even more later this week, as well as obviously Johnny Newton, but it is good that Brandon Coleman participated in individual drills this week. Maybe there's a chance he plays against the Patriots on Sunday night, but I honestly doubt it. It would be nice if he did, to get some snaps to kind of maybe show or prove that he deserves to be our starting left tackle week 1. But if he doesn't play against the Patriots on Sunday night, then I feel like Cornelius Lucas should probably get the starting left tackle job for week 1. And then when Brandon Coleman is for sure ready, then they can put it in then. So hopefully, Brandon Coleman, he's good to go in a couple days or in a week, but it is good to hear that he has been progressing nicely from his, I want to say, pectoral injury. And then Dan Quinn said that the two groups that have stood out to him both in consistency and depth are safety and tight end. Yeah, we have really good safeties. It's going to be hard figuring out what safeties we're going to keep on this roster. I feel like the 3 locks, maybe 4 locks right now, are probably Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin, you could say Jeremy Reeves, and then Tyler Owens, who has been balling out so far in training camp in the preseason. I feel like we're going to keep 6 safeties. Dominique Hampton, I think he should make the roster. They've been trying to try him at linebacker as well, and obviously still using him at safety. So, he's been moving out in and out of safety and linebacker, so he kind of has that versatility right there. And then you also have Percy Butler, and we have some other guys as well. Derek Forrest, I feel like he is probably on the roster bubble right now. I know he's been getting some third string looks at safety. He's been working with mainly the third string so far in training camp, which isn't great. So hopefully Derek Forrest can show out in this final preseason game and prove why he deserves to be on this roster. But yeah, this safety room is stacked, and the tight end room, I feel like we're going to keep 3 tight ends. Colson Yankoff, he's probably going to go on the practice squad or just get flat out cut. And then Cole Turner, he hasn't been great so far. I haven't really been impressed with Cole Turner throughout training camp in the preseason. But Zach Ertz, John Bates, and Ben Sinnott are a good trio of tight ends right there. So I think those are the 3 tight ends we're going to keep on the roster. And then finally, we got a jersey update. This Sunday, the preseason game, our last preseason game against the Patriots, we will be wearing the all-black uniforms, which is really cool right there. Sending, the guys trying to make the roster, having them wear a really nice uniform in the all-blacks. I love the all-black uniforms. I really do. I know Jayden Daniels, he's probably not going to play on Sunday, but hopefully, we can kind of see how he looks in the all-blacks, because I feel like he would probably have a lot of aura in the all-black uniforms. But that's that right there, and that is it from Dan Quinn's press conference. Moving on to some stuff that happened during practice today. First things first, your punt returners for today were Jamison Crowder, Jahan Dotson, Casimir Allen, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Davion Davis. So really no surprises there. Those have been your guys typically returning punt returns every single day during training camp. So no surprises there. I feel like Jamison Crowder is still our best punt returner on the roster, but Dan Quinn and other coaches may think otherwise. So we'll see who ultimately becomes our starting punt returner. Now moving on to some play-by-play stuff. Shout out to Zach Shelby. He tweeted out that Dyami Brown made a really nice adjustment to a catch. It was a deep sideline pass from Jeff Driscoll, and Dyami Brown made a really nice adjustment to make the catch. So hey man, Dyami Brown, he has been a huge standout in training camp and preseason so far. He's probably our wide receiver 2 right now, let's be honest. He's probably our receiver 2 right now. Jahan Dotson, I would say he is our receiver 3 right now, maybe our slot receiver. But Dyami Brown, he's been looking really good so far. And if I had to guess, he's probably going to be starting opposite of Terry McLaurin come week 1, but we shall see. Hopefully, Jahan Dotson can overtake him, but it's not looking great for him right now. But I still have faith in Jahan, a lot of faith in Jahan. I still feel like he can be a really good receiver in this league, but we'll just have to wait and see. What else we have here? Great ball from Daniels to Eckler, who caught the ball in stride on the right sideline. Went for about 35 yards. So yeah, Eckler, he's going to be a huge threat in the receiving game this year. Obviously, we have the legs with Eckler, but he was also a huge threat in the receiving game. So expect him to be getting a lot of passes from Jayden Daniels this year, a lot of catches, and a lot of touchdowns through the air, because that's what Austin Eckler is obviously known for. So really excited to see what Austin Eckler can do this season, how he can help elevate this offense to the next level. Jayden Daniels, he had a pass over the middle of the field. For those concerned, that's a tweet by JP Finlay. Yeah, Jayden Daniels, he can throw over the middle of the field. That's not a problem. He can throw over the middle of the field. He's shown it throughout training camp. He's thrown a lot of passes over the middle of the field to Zach Ertz. So, Jayden Daniels, he can throw over the middle of the field. He can throw intermediate passes. So that's just not a concern at all to me and most fans. What else we have here? Terry McLaurin, he has been moved around plenty enough during practice today. That's something that JP Finlay noticed today. And he brought that up because this past weekend against the Dolphins in our preseason game against them, Terry McLaurin, he lined up, I'm pretty sure, 28 times out of 29 times against the Dolphins and Jets on the left side of the field, 28 out of 29 times, which, some people kind of don't like, because that's kind of what Cliff did in Arizona. He would stick his receivers in one spot, use little motion, but you could see that, and I, didn't have an issue with this because I know it's the preseason. Offense is very, very, very vanilla right now. I know Cliff does not want to show a lot, so that's kind of why he has his receivers at one spot. So I know he's going to be using a good amount of motion this year. I feel like he will move his receivers around more this year, because even Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz have said that this is not, the exact same offense Cliff Kingsbury, had in Arizona a couple years ago. He kind of, found a balance of, how to incorporate different stuff and how to put his players in the best position to succeed. So I'm super excited to see what Cliff Kingsbury, calls up this upcoming season. And I feel like he will be a pretty good play caller for us. Riley Patterson went 6 for 7 today, so it's not a surprise that he missed a kick today. I mean, he's never going to go a day without missing a kick. I feel like the only day he went without missing a kick, probably last week, our joint practice with the Dolphins, where he went 3 for 3, made all of his kicks from 50-plus yards. So Riley Patterson, he's not going to be on this roster. He's not going to be our starting kicker. We're going to bring in some kickers next week. Our starting kicker is on another roster right now. Multiple NFL teams have multiple kickers on their roster, so we have to wait until some get cut so we can bring in some and see, who eventually becomes our starting kicker. But once again, our starting kicker is not on our roster right now. It's on another team. And Riley Patterson, he will be cut next week. Don't worry, guys. I mean, Dan Quinn knows that he's not it. He's not the guy. And we will be getting a starting kicker soon, probably by next week or in a couple weeks before the season begins, before our first game. We will be getting a starting kicker. And then finally, Ben Standing tweeted out that overall it was an up and down day for the first team offense, but credit to the defense for making plays, especially early on. Deron Payne would have had a sack on one play, which is really good to hear, and either or Allen couldn't tell deflected Jayden Daniels' first pass attempt. So, up and down day for the offense, but it is also good to hear the defense making some plays in practice as well. Really kind of don't want one side of the ball one side of the ball really dominating the day. So it's good to hear the defense having a good day as well. So that is it for today's video. Didn't get a lot of news today, but it is, I'm pretty sure, one of the last training camp practices of the entire training camp. Training camp went by super fast. I think we only have like 2 or 3 practices left, but we'll definitely make sure to cover those. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4K subs. If you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.